Huge news for Sunderland fans last night as Fabrizio Romano exclusively revealed that they are set to sign Senegal midfielder Habib Diarra in a deal worth up to £30 million, 27 million quid, plus a potential further 3 million in add-ons as well. But everything's done except the medical. A deal's been done between Sunderland and Strasbourg. The player wants to move, personal terms have been agreed, the only thing left to do is the medical, and Romano's so confident this deal will happen, he's already given it a here we go. However, as West Ham fans, we know he can say that and get it wrong, but it doesn't happen too often, so I feel confident Diara will become a Sunderland player. A massive transfer, massive news for them last night, so why are we discussing on Hammers Chat? What's the relevancy of Sunderland signing Diara to West Ham United? And a large part of this video will all depend on what you believe when it comes to transfer rumours. It will make sense in a couple of minutes, I promise you. But if you're new to Hammers Chat, please do subscribe and also drop a like on the video as well by clicking the thumbs up button. We've been hitting 1,000 likes on every video recently, which is fantastic. So please keep up that support. Please keep liking the video. It helps out a lot. We need to go back about a month or so, and ExWHUEmployee linked West Ham to Diara. But not only did he link him to us, I think sometimes you can get different tiers of linked to West Ham. So you get the monitored, interested in, watching. And at the very, very top, you get David Sullivan has rang his mum up, right? That's the difference of interested in. So we'll get linked to some players, but it's almost just like a name thrown in a bunch of other names. Oh, West Ham want a striker. Here's 6 names that we might be interested in. I take them with a pinch of salt. But when it's specific, which is West Ham want this player, and that's it. That's what the article is. That's what the news is. And Diara had that. So much so that it was West Ham have gone to we've sent scouts to the Senegal England game to watch Diara. We're also keeping an eye on another couple of players while we're there, such as El Hadji Diouf, not the one, not that one, the Senegal, the left back one. But Diara was the one we were there to watch first and foremost. So it felt like a substantial transfer rumour. Like it could be a key transfer target for us this summer. So as a result of that, I will be honest, don't know why I'm raising my hand to speak. I'm the only one in the room. It's my video. I'm the only one talking, right? I'll be honest. I believe the transfer room. I believe we were linked. I believe that we wanted Diara off the back of that transfer rumour. Now, the players you want to see at West Ham and the players West Ham want at West Ham are usually 99% of the time 2 completely different sets of players. Very rarely do you get a player you want and the club want them. But sometimes it does happen. And in the case of Diara, that's exactly what's happened for some of our subscribers. Some people really wanted him. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago on this channel. I've never seen him play. I've monitored Strasbourg in terms of results because of a senior, and I watched Hull the season prior and thought he did well at Hull. And it's someone that, I'll be honest with you, someone that I thought, could he be a future West Ham manager, leaving the senior? Could he? Is that someone I'd like at West Ham? So I've watched the results from afar, but in terms of watching the actual games, it's not something I've done. I won't pretend otherwise. I'll leave that to other people. So when I got linked to Diana, I don't know this guy. So I read the comments of our subscribers. The reaction was really positive. A lot of people really wanted him, saying, wow, this guy would be a fantastic sign. This is the guy I want. People were nailing their colours to the mast. And it's not the first time you're going to hear that phrase in today's video. But the reaction was really good from those that have watched Diara, have an opinion of him. There was people whose opinions in football I trust and respect and usually align with. They thought Diara would be a really good signing for West Ham. I'm not going to lie. It made me think, oh, hello. I can look at his statistics. They were very impressive. Now, I say take them with a pinch of salt. I take them with a handful of salt. I trust statistics, but it didn't tell you the whole story. You still need to go watch them for 90 minutes to get an understanding. But they give you a really good insight and indication. And Diara's numbers are very, very impressive. So as a result of all of it, I was thinking, maybe this is the guy we're going to go after. Sounds like the type of guy I'd like. And also, I am desperate for a midfield rebuild. I want 2 new midfielders this summer, not just 1, 2. I'm desperate for it. So when we're linked to a midfielder that's young with lots of potential and people think he's a really good player, yes, please, get him to West Ham. I don't know why I'm suggesting we go kidnap him. Bring him to West Ham. Get Diara to West Ham. It's a bit shallow, but okay, I'm desperate for a midfield rebuild, all right? Now, if you don't believe the transfer rumour that ExWHUEmployee's linked us to him, and you don't really know the player, don't like the player, then this isn't going to bother you. You're going to think, well, Gio, you're making a mountain out of a molehill here. Shut up. It's 8 AM on Saturday. Shut up and go do something with your day. I'm going to watch football, I'm not going to lie. 3 games on tonight. They overlap a little bit, but England played Germany, the under-21s. I'm looking forward to watching that game. And then Chelsea played Benfica as well, and there's a 5 PM game at the Club World Cup. That's my afternoon and evening lined up, watching football when there's no football on. Impressive, right? But there will be a lot of people upset by Sunderland signing Diara because they wanted him at West Ham. But here's the thing. This is the first transfer this summer that's got me a little bit... Have we missed out on our transfer target? Has Kyle Macauley just missed out on someone he wanted at West Ham? Because no other transfers happened this summer that's got me concerned. When I do the podcast with Frankie, we discuss how calm we are and how excited we are. Now, excitement at the minute's low, but how calm we are is also low. We did the podcast maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. We were both really low. And the reason I'm calm, I'm concerned, but the reason I'm calm is because I don't feel like there's someone that we want has gone elsewhere. So while we haven't bought anyone, I don't think we've missed out on anyone either. And there's some players I would have liked at West Ham that have moved. Like Kelleher, for example, when he went to Brentford. I would have loved him at West Ham. But I never believed we wanted him. So it's hard for me to go, oh, we've missed out on Kelleher, when I don't actually believe we wanted to bring Kelleher to the club. But Diarra's different. Diarra, I'm inclined to believe that we were looking at him, that we were interested in him, we wanted him. Now, it might be that all that's true, and we decided, nah, we're not going to buy him. 27 million plus add-ons, that's too chunky for us, too expensive. We don't think he's worth that, we're going to leave that alone. It's possible. But what is also possible, should the interest be genuine, is that we just can't bid for him. That we're stuck. That Macaulay's gone to his employers, David Sullivan and Cannon Beatty, and said, this is the midfielder, this is the guy we want. He's available from Strasbourg, because Strasbourg has been open to selling him the entire time. The noise coming out of Strasbourg is, we will sell him, you just got to pay for him. And that's the big thing, isn't it? Availability. Like Stassin, who I'll give you an update in a minute, he's available. We know he's available. Harvey Elliott, regardless, this isn't about whether we're going to sign him or not. We know Harvey Elliott is available this summer. So Diarra's always been available. It just comes down to the price. And this is the first transfer, I think. Has Macauley identified him, and we've failed to bring him in, but also potential. And now there is a possibility that had we gone to the table, got a deal agreed with Strasbourg, maybe Diarra's just picked Sunderland over us. Is that beyond the realms of possibilities this summer? I mean, it would be insulting to West Ham, not because Sunderland's a bad club or anything. I've said enough nice things about Sunderland, but not in this video, in the past. But Karen Brady, when she did her little puff piece on the official website this week, within there she said something, which is, we've been in the Premier League for so long now. It's the second longest period in our history where we've been in top flight football without getting relegated. Factually true. I'm not going to disagree with that. However, there's got to be a benefit to that, right? There's got to be a financial benefit. There's got to be financial stability. But here's the reality. Sunderland can spend 27 million on a midfielder today. West Ham can't. That's the reality we're in now. So that brings you say, which have been in the Premier League for so long, which is true. Well, Sunderland have just got relegated after years out of the Premier League, including playing in League One. They've got more financial pool, more financial muscle than we do currently. Now, they've done the right thing with Joe Bellingham. They knew they had to sell Bellingham this summer because of his contractual situation. Whether they got promoted or not, the only thing that might have made a difference is the transfer fee they could command. Maybe they got a bit more for him because they got promoted. But because of his contract situation, they had to sell him. Now, it helped them that Dortmund wanted him and they were off to the Club World Cup. So they were eager to get the deal done early as well. But Dortmund wanted a deal done early. Sunderland wanted a deal done early. I think what they got in the end for them, transfer fee-wise, was good. I thought it was a bit more than I thought they'd get, actually. And Diarra's going there to replace him, not just in terms of the squad position, but also in terms of the transfer itself. There's not much between the two transfer fees. I think this is well done by Sunderland, even though I don't know the player much. They've moved quick, they've acted decisively, and they went and got a player that Leeds were trying to get and couldn't, and we apparently wanted and haven't been able to get. And this is like I said, this is the first transfer I think I'm a little bit worried. Now, if you don't believe ExWHUEmployee, you think he's chatting nonsense and we don't actually want Diara, you're not going to care. You're going to think, well, we probably didn't want to move on. That's okay. You're allowed to believe that. But it doesn't mean those who do believe it are wrong. The reality is we don't know the truth. A handful of people will at the football club. They will know the truth about whether we wanted Diara or not, and whether or not it was because we just can't buy him now, or have we decided he's too expensive. They will know the truth. And that's why I'm not screaming and jumping up and down and getting angry about it. I'm not angry. I'm not even upset. I don't know the player. I think if you really like Diara, I think you may be upset about this one. But I am a little bit more concerned today than I was on Thursday, for example, because this is the first time I've just been a bit curious as to whether we've missed out on someone we wanted. And it's not because we couldn't get them to West Ham, but it's because we couldn't even make a bid, because we couldn't even get in a room. And also, here's the other thing that feeds into my concern off the back of this, is we're not even close to selling someone. It's not even like we've accepted a bid for a Gerd or Kudus, so by Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll be gone and we'll have money and we can start doing some business. We're not close to bringing in any money at this point. So this time next week, it's feasible that we're 2 days away from pre-season training beginning and we still have no new signings. Graham Potter publicly said that he wants new faces, a few new faces, plural, a few new faces before pre-season starts. That was what he said. That's what he was hoping for. That was his desire. We might do. 9 days in football is a long time. But if we do need to sell before we buy, 9 days isn't a long time anymore to get someone out and then bring someone in. And this is the first one. It's just cranked me up a little bit on the concerned-o-meter, if you like. Anyway, in regards to Stassin, perhaps interesting developments and reports coming out of France yesterday. He's expected to join Lens. They're expected to sign him from St Etienne, and the reports from France sort of late on in the afternoon was that we've made a late bid, that we've gone in there at the last minute to try and get him out of St Etienne and prevent that deal to Lens going through. So maybe one to keep your eye on. And then the one that made me smile yesterday, the transfer rumour that made me smile. Burnley want Tomas Soucek on loan with an obligation to buy. If they stay up in the Premier League, they avoid relegation, they will sign him. Made me smile. Not a hope in hell that West Ham would accept that. But I don't mind it. I think that's exactly the type of transfer bids Burnley should be making, trying to bring in experienced Premier League players who you know can do it, because forget what you want to do with Soucek for a minute. Let's just say Soucek went to Burnley, right? Can we agree that he'd be a good signing for them? I think he'd be a fantastic signing for Burnley. I think he'd go there and Parker would be looking at him going, I've got guaranteed goals in this guy. If I can get this guy playing as the second striker, which maybe for half the season, that's what Josh Brownhill was doing. And the other half, he was playing next to Josh Cullen. But get him playing in behind the striker. I'm going to get goals from this guy. I'm going to get crosses in. I'm going to get goals. It'd be a fantastic signing for Burnley. I think it's exactly the type of transfer bid they should be making. It's just that we'd have understandably no desire. Also, an obligation by if they stay up, so basically it's just a loan move. He'd be back at West Ham next summer because there's no way Burnley are staying up. I will be honest with you though, I've always thought Sunderland are going to go back down, but when I see them, the transfers they're being linked to with their goalkeeper and now with Diara, I'm looking at it thinking this is ambition. I think this is ambition from Sunderland, and I've got a lot of time for it. I've got a lot of respect for it. Now, in terms of nailing colours to mast, this is what I will say. The one thing that makes me a little inclined to perhaps not believe the Diara thing, I do believe we're looking at him and we scouted him. But the one thing that makes me think we perhaps parked it is because maybe just possibly we prioritised Onyedika over him. Now, I still think we need 2 midfielders. Whether the club think that or not, I don't know. I'm not sure they do, depending on departures. But the Onyedika thing, it's just the Belgian press, in particular, there's a couple of journalists in Belgium, they are determined, they're convinced he's coming to West Ham. And I have a lot of respect and a lot of time for journalists that are willing to nail the colours to the mast with one transfer target for one club. To stand up, get your head up and say, West Ham, Onyedika wants to go to West Ham. He's agreed a deal with West Ham. They just need to agree something with Club Brugge. West Ham want Onyedika. It's likely to happen. No, but the same journalist, by the way, in Belgium, had said West Ham aren't getting Ardon Yashiri because he's not even sat there going, oh, West Ham like Stroikens, Yashiri, Onyedika. He's not linking us to all these midfielders in Belgium. He's dismissing them all, bar one, and saying it's not that guy, it's this guy. He isn't linking us to a whole host of names. He's just saying it's Onyedika and that's it. And it might not turn out to be true, but until I discover whether or not it's true, I have a lot of respect for a journalist that's willing to do that other than just, link us to a load of players and hope that you get one right. Ignore the 19 I got wrong. I got one right though, right? I said 20 names. You signed one. Happy days. I've got a lot more admiration for a journalist that links the club to one person and says, that's him. That's who you want and that's who you're going to buy. It's not going away, this Belgian thing with West Ham and Onyedika, and that's what makes me wonder if that's true. And therefore, maybe we'd looked at Diara and decided, for whatever reason, we're going to prefer Onyedika over him. Who's a little bit cheaper, apparently, but not too much cheaper. We're still looking at north of 20 million. And still a chunky rumoured transfer fee. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, that's your transfer rumours for yesterday, this morning. Hope whatever you're doing today, you have a fantastic day. I might be back later on today. I've got an idea for a new series. Because I enjoyed doing the 60-second thing when Gonzo was away. Because it's different. It's a different kind of show. I thought, what can I do that's similar? I'll come up with a series that would be once a week. And all being well, I'm going to record it and put it up this afternoon. It's risky. I'm not sure everyone will like it. I'm not sure anyone will like it. But it's what life's about. And I'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, with the live show. We'll be doing a catch-up tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I'll have a look and see what football's on and stuff and notify you. And hopefully you can come and join me. Anyway, I'm off. If you've already got your raffle ticket, good luck. If not, we're giving away 4 prizes. A match-worn Kevin Nolan shirt, signed Bowen shirt, 2 signed captain's armbands, 1 by DeCanio, 1 by Mark Noble. The link is in the description below and the pinned comments. I'll catch you in a bit.